Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Before we get to those pitches, remember, hit subscribe, never miss out on any Pitching Ninja content. So hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I'm going to start with Jon Gray, who had 12 strikeouts in 7 innings, giving up only 3 hits and 1 run. Gray looked like he was on a mission all night. With filthy breaking balls and a fastball, he was just shoving down people's throats. Kyle Bradish had 6 Ks over 4 2/3 innings thanks to these wicked sliders. Carlos Carrasco had this White Castle special and these dirty splitters. Cookie had 5 Ks in 5 innings. Justin Verlander took a no-hitter into the 7th yet again. He had 6 strikeouts in 7 innings, now has a 2.23 ERA on the season. Verlander is showing no signs of slowing down. Opponents are only hitting 194 against his fastball, 208 against his slider, and 138 against his curveball. Kyle Wright had another excellent outing with 5 strikeouts in 6 innings, and look at these wicked curveballs. Opponents are only slugging 246 against his curveball with a 37% whiff rate. His ERA on the season, 2.41. Carlos Rodon had 6 strikeouts in 5 innings thanks to his slider and fastball mix. He outdueled Aaron Nola, but Nola did have this beautiful front door two-seamer. It doesn't get much prettier than that one. Dakota Hudson threw 7 innings of 1-run ball and had this mean sinker and nasty slider working. Konnor Pilkington had 8 strikeouts in 5 innings, which is the most strikeouts by a Cleveland left-handed pitcher since 2014. He looked really electric. Speaking of electric, Hunter Greene, well, he was a tale of 2 games. For the first 3 innings, he was absolutely electric. He had 7 strikeouts, including this 101-mile-an-hour painted fastball and these unhittable sliders. He ended up with 8 Ks over 3 2/3 innings and had a really rough 4th inning. But watching him pitch, you can see why he is a top-rated pitching prospect. The stuff is absolutely there. It's just a matter of putting it all together and refining his command. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing him add another pitch, maybe a curveball or a splitter, so hitters would be less likely to just sit on fastballs. Now, he does throw a changeup to lefties, but he doesn't throw it all to righties right now. My filthiest pitcher of the day, that was Edward Cabrera. I mean, if you're talking about amazing changeups, you've come to the right dude. He had 10 whiffs on his changeup yesterday at a 45% whiff rate. That changeup's enough to make you throw your bat. The thing about Cabrera's changeup, it's one of the fastest changeups you will ever see, probably the fastest changeup you'll ever see. He averaged 93.6 miles an hour on his changeup, and that changeup averages 600 RPMs less than his fastball. I thought Sandy Alcantara had the fastest changeup on the Marlins, but Cabrera was like, "Hey Sandy, your changeup's cute, but hold my beer." Cabrera's most mind-blowing pitch, it was a 96-mile-an-hour changeup. I'm sorry to scream, but it was a 96-mile-an-hour changeup. This thing only had 1,542 RPMs and was the fastest changeup to get a strikeout in Statcast history. That is insane. Now, Cabrera is more than just a changeup. He does have a top-end fastball touching 99 miles an hour yesterday and has been in triple digits. It's no wonder he was dominant yesterday, with 9 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 1 hit. And if you were curious on Cabrera's changeup grip, here it is. So all you have to do is do that and throw the ball 96 miles an hour. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Eli Morgan had this Bugs Bunny changeup. Emmanuel Clase had this 99-mile-an-hour cutter, which is kind of average for him, but will never cease to amaze me. Cue the trumpets. Edwin Diaz had these wicked sliders. Colin McHugh was brilliant yesterday with these 75-mile-an-hour curveballs that had over 5 feet of vertical drop. Just beautiful with a spin rate of over 2,800 RPMs. He also nearly duplicated the Marte Sword of the Century from last year. Luckily for Marte, he didn't go on this one. but it does give me another chance to show the sort of the century from last year. Adevino had these wiffle ball sliders, and not to be outdone, Kyle Crick had this 79-mile-an-hour frisbee slider with almost 3,000 RPMs that broke 19 inches horizontally. That's ridiculous. But my filthiest pitch from a reliever was this slider from Tanner Houck, the old hit-by-pitch whiff slider. Absolutely ridiculous. And of course, right away, the Red Sox broadcast team sent out a pitching ninja bat signal, because of course I'm going to feature this filth.
So whether it's the new grip, the old grip, he's still ending up on pitching ninja.
Yes, he is.
What's even more silly is Houck almost did this twice during the game. Check out this slider to Votto, and Votto just barely checked his swing. This overlay of Houck's sinker and slider shows why that pitch is so tough. Good freaking luck. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. This recounting of what Derek Johnson told Luis Castillo after Castillo threw 8 consecutive balls in his last outing is a classic. No wonder Castillo was cracking up.
But don't you love the demeanor of Castillo? I mean, he's out there. He just threw.
Says, are you okay? Luis says yes. Are you sure? It looks like you can't see the plate.